Okay, so we have a new day. We have, I mean, not a new day from when we paused. I did pause for a moment or for a while, because I had to take care of some things. But we're back. Only a few minutes have elapsed, really. And we have the trade caravan that we're actually going to check out. Because unlike the armor smith, they may want some of what we have, and we may want some of what they have. We have no gold. This is, mild problem in terms of them having things we want. I think we're going to trust that we'll get some more leather. And I think we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to those chickens. It's not going to get us a lot. But every bit of wood that we don't have to chop down ourselves is going to be very valuable to us right now. So yeah, we're selling everything for wood, basically. Sounds like the setup for a "that's what she said" joke. Or, maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Not every she is into that sort of thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. We have the woolly rhinos, so provided they don't murder us when we try hunting them, we should be set for getting more heavy fur pretty easily. I guess, need to set it so that our people know that when I have things marked for oh, that's right, they have to harvest before they can haul. So no, I don't want them to quit what they're doing. No quitting what they're doing. They are doing good work there. I don't want things rotting from being outside, and I know some of the earlier harvest is in danger of that. Oh, good, a psychic drone. Oh! I need to sell the rooster. I don't want one lonely rooster. Okay, you are a heavy sleeper, so I can't get you to do that. Okay, sell off the rooster. Buy one herbal medicine. Which is another thing we're just in dire short supply of. There we go. Right, I said we were going to try. Oh, right, this is a new episode. Welcome everyone to episode 2. I am Vulpus Tumultum. I have problems concentrating and remembering things. We are playing a heavily modded. Oh no, that's what she said joke thing really got me. We're playing a heavily modded game of RimWorld. There's about 300 mods in this. Very important ones for us are the alpha animals, alpha biomes, RimWorld of Magic, and various vanilla extendeds. Oh, and also, of course, the Elder Scrolls mods by Sir Mashed Potato, who have given us the Quama, and the fact that we are playing a tribe of Bosmer. If you are unfamiliar with the world of Tamriel from Bethesda's Elder Scrolls games, the Bosmer are a group of elves that, at least one sect of them, and traditionally they've been so into plants, following something called the Green Path, that they'd rather eat you than a leaf of lettuce. We are not going that route. These Bosmer have split off, and there's a bit of a schism. Oh, well, there he went again. Ours are against the whole cannibalism thing. Ours also will very much grow and eat plants. They still do not like cutting down trees, which is why we are trying to keep our tree cutting to a minimum. It makes them depressed if they have to cut down trees. Because of their connections with plants, they do have a good harvest for both plants and trees when they farm or have to cut down a tree, which we have had to do because the one thing I don't have a mod for is I don't have a mod that replaces the need for wood in a cooking fire. There's probably one out there. I probably could have looked into it. Just haven't. Which is weird because, I'll randomly pick up mods all the time, but when I think of one that I could use, I don't pick it up. But yeah, if there were a mod that could let us use bones or something for a regular campfire, that would have been very useful. As it is, we do have one of the granulin trees. It's reskinned to look like an anima tree. We have it so that it will eventually give us a dryad that gives us wood. My brain is just going places after my break. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get firewood from there and building wood and wood for whatever else we need it. And it's going to take a while though. So we're still going to be doing some deforestation, and we're still going to be making our people very, very angry. We have a super short growing season here, which is basically over. We're not having them do any more sowing, and they've basically been early harvesting plants because it's already getting into the teens at night, which means things would have been dying without us being able to harvest them otherwise. So now we need to get all this stuff inside. It's definitely not going to last us all winter. And the Quama showed up randomly. They're like the insectoids, but friendlier. They're not going to produce enough eggs to let us survive on those either. So yeah, this is part 2 of our Blindwardens of the Green. We'll see if they live to a part 3. I made this game very hard on myself. We are just terribly low on supplies, basically. We're okay-ish for food right now with this harvest, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get us through the winter. And of course, everyone's eating stuff raw instead of taking the time to cook things because this is RimWorld. And when they're feeling peckish in RimWorld, they're going to take that debuff for eating raw food and being unhappy rather than, take the 10 minutes to cook. Which I shouldn't throw shade because I totally have been known to do similar when it comes to not bothering to microwave leftovers. But who does do cooking? We got someone who's a good cook. Okay, yeah, one of you guys take the time to do some cooking, please. You guys are wasting food by eating it raw, because when they eat it raw, they have to eat more food than it would take to cook a simple meal for them to eat. I mean, cooking increases the food value of things. That's why humans cook food. And why wood elves cook food. Or, you know, Bosmer. They're supposed to be having a feast for their ideology. I don't know if that's going to happen. We're just being so bad about actually cooking any food that we're not getting a surplus enough to hold a feast. It's not happening. The minute someone cooks the food, someone else is eating the food. And to have a successful feast, everyone's going to have, you know, several servings worth. For our RimWorld aficionados who realize this music is not the standard RimWorld soundtrack, it is from a mod called P Music, which is some copyright-free music that a couple of RimWorld people created and fans created. And you can actually buy the music on Bandcamp if you really like it. I haven't gotten that far yet because I only just started using this mod on this play game. A buddy from another community, gaming community, told me about it and suggested I get it for my long streams and for when I record games. So thank you, Fire Tiki Men. I am liking it so far. You are correct. It slaps. And we are good with it. Okay, actually, I don't want you making bulk pemmican. What I want you making... Okay, actually, let's let you get close to camp and then clear things, because you're about to drop from exhaustion, I'm sure. Which will do none of us anything. Uh-oh. 2 desperate refugees. Okay, we have to take them because charity is our thing. We can't easily refuse charity. If I refused them, everyone would be a lot more angry than we already are. Going to make things exciting because that's going to be more people eating our food. Yeah, more people eating our food who can't necessarily help make the food. But you're going to be a permanent cleaner and hauler to earn your keep. Taron is who I had doing all that cooking. Yeah, we're just not having any kind of surplus of food. Are either of our refugees any good at all at construction? No. No, they're not. They're all terrible at everything. Okay, good. We have harvested those Kwama eggs. That is going to be helpful, hopefully. Because the Kwama opened up their nest here, we're having to shift plans and start moving this way for any actual work building we do into the mountain. The Greenwardens are not tunnelers by nature. They aren't going to particularly like living under the mountain. It's possible the ideology will change so that they're cooler with it over time, but things may not make them cooler with it over time. And we will find out as we decide what it's going to turn into. I know that a couple of precepts that are fated to happen to them as their ideology expands. I have one or two that I definitely am, no matter what, going to take. But Tunneler, that's still up in the air. As handy as it would be on a map that is going to get bitterly, bitterly cold in the wintertime, and that we are going to have a difficult time with. Oh, the Rhyme Dolphin wants to join me already. What was your skills again? And are you... No, not addicted to anything. You know what? Yeah, sure. We're going to need to convert the heck out of you. But, I mean, it's another mouth to feed, but it is then, you know, another set of hands to do the work. And their mining isn't horrible. Oh, you know what? This person that I said on the hauling and that, what's really good for them is research, which we do need to get around to starting. Do we have enough non-wood to build a research bench? Okay, we do. So we're going to build one right there for now. The Kwama do just randomly expand their nest by tunneling more into the cavern. They can cause cave collapses. They will destroy the walls of your bedrooms or whatever else, which is why we're going to move away from them further. Also, they will eat your food. If your food is close enough, they will open doors and wander in and eat all your food for winter, which would be totally uncool. I have to admit, it's kind of, I play tunnelers a lot in RimWorld. It's one of my favorite things. And I originally was saying I wasn't going to do that, but then I chose a map that has great tunneling potential. And, you know, like all of their trees and farms can be out here. I have mods so that they can be tunnelers without only eating fungus. Because I like the variety of things not always being black and white. So yeah, we will see how this goes. One thing the Greenwardens are not going to be is raiders. The only things they'll be going out to do are rescues, and of course they will go secure their relics. It's going to be regretful that they're going to wind up murdering otherwise innocent people, probably here and there to do it, maybe, depending on what quests come our way that will lead us to our relics, but our relics are going to be very important to us. Yeah, I can't keep ahead of the curve with the meals. I'm going to keep trying to make enough for a bit of a feast, but we're running out of time. We could use the ideology points, and we could use the mood buffs if things went well. I'm not sure how well things would be likely to go because of the fact that they're just living in a cave, a half tent, half cave at the moment. With basically rocks to sit on. And no bathroom yet. But, maybe it'll work out. Oh, I do need to schedule our 2 refugees. I'm not forcing everyone to work all day. I'm making sure everyone gets some recreation time, even though we don't really have much to recreate with. Yeah, we're just not getting food enough to party with. The only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I just have someone forced to cook into the night when everyone else is sleeping. And then start throwing the party in the middle of the night before everyone wakes up and grabs breakfast. That may be how we roll with this. I did tame a red panda, which we didn't really need to do because it's just another mouth to feed, but as I said at the time, come on guys, it's a red panda. The vanilla extended mods that add new animals to biomes are dangerous because so many of them are cute. Okay, was there on one of who are our head cooks again? I think I mentioned I have memory issues. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I know that nobody likes pooping their pants. We'll build you guys bathrooms after we see if we can successfully get a feast going, but I don't think it's going to happen. Everyone's going to wake up and eat all the food, and there's not going to be anything left for feasting. And the Kwama's going to come and eat our food. Yeah. Big bastard. No, I don't want... Oh, no, okay. And everyone's up and eating. Yeah, I think we're doomed to not have the feast this year. Maybe next year. I don't think the debuff for not giving the feast is going to be that horrible. But I guess we'll find out. I'm going to turn chunks off on that dump zone. And have them dump chunks over here. keeping our venerated animal alive during the winter is going to be difficult because we don't have fodder right now. Without going tunneler, I don't think I have any way of growing the cave moss because I don't think that my, I do have grow boxes that I plant in the dark. Oh, well, what I can do is basically we can have Nutrifungus be our animal fodder if our people don't enjoy eating it, which they don't. So, that is one option open to us. Oh, nope, I don't want a three thingy door. I just want two. But we are going to make two of them so that there's a bit of an airlock to keep things warmer in here. Because, yeah, things are going to get heckin' cold here. We're not going to do the deserter quest. I don't particularly want that right now. I'm not interested at all in getting the psionic powers because hopefully we'll be getting our psionic powers through our ritual that gives them the sight by taking away regular sight. We're saving the snow aves in terms of hunting them for until we're really desperate because they have a pretty high chance of going bonkers on you. Amazingly, a higher chance of doing so than the woolly rhinoceros. Which, as actual megafauna, should be more prone to doing that sort of thing. Oh, you know what? I selected research, and I didn't select research. No wonder no one's researching. Okay, there we go. Running into that glowstone deposit is a stroke of luck. That means we have sources of light that do not necessarily require us to spend wood. They also don't give us any heat, but they won't cost us wood. Let's have maybe somebody come dismantle those. So we have a bit of a head start with a few blocks to use for something. I'm going to go ahead and let our prisoner wander. Not wander outside, but just wander into our warmer area to warm up and eat at a table and do all that kind of thing. Yep, harvested everything just in time. I'm not going to make the original starting area too big because we've got to be able to keep it warm. With basically just the one fire until we start getting wood through various sources because we are not wanting to burn through our wood very fast. Which is why we're doing things like using rocks for seats. Oh, hey. It may seem cruel, but that's gonna be a lot of meat and a lot of leather for us. Oh, what? Well, she's still being hunted. Um, okay. Good. We can do a bit of the glowstone stuff because we got those blocks. Yeah, I forgot that the anima seeds off our colossus actually grow real anima trees and not the growlithe trees modded to look like anima trees. So we've got an anima tree that's going to be very unhappy because there's no way there's not going to be things built within its unhappy range. That's just how it is going to be, I'm afraid. Okay, so I'm not going to expand too much. I wanted this way. I'm doing an opportunistic thing because this glowstone was here and we definitely wanted all of it anyway. But the only thing that's really going to go here are our bathrooms. We're going to finally give them turlets, and they're going to be indoor ones because we're fancy. We're fancy druids. We did get some good guns off of the raids that came, but our ideology likes Neolithic weapons, which means, you know, yuck, guns. We are going to be making some better bows. I do need to find our production thing. Right now, everyone just has short bows, but we are going to make some recurve bows. I have a mod that lets us make them out of things other than wood, so yep, they're not going to be made of wood. When we have enough bone, we're going to have recurve bows. We're not going to go after that shack of treasures. It may be a little boring to watch for me to just watch me sit here and work, but we don't really have the means, I don't think, to run around doing quests right now. We have to winter prep, basically. Although, how much pemmican do we have? We don't really have any pemmican, do we? Yeah, we don't actually have pemmican made. Everyone eats it as fast as we make it, so we don't really have a way of traveling safely without risking getting hungry, I don't think. It says forage 100%. It's funny because with all my hours playing RimWorld, I have never gotten around to looking up whether that means, you know, what that means. Someone explained what they thought it meant yesterday, and if they're correct, it does not mean that, you know, they're not going to need other food. It just means that they're going to be able to supplement things pretty well. But yeah, we'll have basically our main barracks, some bathrooms, and our prison. And then we're going to go ahead and just start out by putting our food right in the barracks because we want to keep it close to where our fire is going to move to for cooking. And then once we've gotten things to where people aren't sleeping on the ground and it's a little cleaned up in here, then I'll move the full stockpile over to like here. But the first steps are going to definitely be our people's rooms and bathrooms and fun things like that. Ooh, that reminds me though, do we have water around here? We do. Hot diggity. Okay, good. Good. We will have oh, you're eating our red panda. Yeah, no. Admittedly, there is a lot of friendly fire with our little group right now when it comes to fights because they're all blindfolded or are missing eyes and have not really developed their psychic abilities. Okay, we have bone mold blocks enough just to place one more. Kind of make a centralized glowstone there. Eventually there will be the campfire in here to help add light to the main chamber, so that'll be good. But let's give our miners some working light without necessarily costing us more wood yet. I wish I already had my cat cam set up. Eventually I am going to have a camera that will not be focused on me because I'm just not going to do face cam. It's not my thing. I'm a shy, delicate flower, yada yada. But I am going to set it because I do have a spot near my desk that my cats occasionally gather. And I figure there are enough people who like cats out there who might enjoy seeing my cats being cute and snoozing and napping. And right now, yes, Solus and Jester are sharing the cat tree and being very cute together. Solus and Jester quite love each other except for when they get on each other's nerves. Which will happen eventually, but you know, for now, all is peaceful. Another anima pearl. Just for giggles. That's a lot of anima trees for one map. Because there's the naturally occurring one somewhere up here. Well, somewhere up here. There it is. This anima tree is going to wind up happier than this one because this one is further away from... I mean, we're going to be demolishing a lot of this down here. But neither are going to be fully happy. There's always going to be stuff growing in the area, so it's kind of silly to plant them with how picky they are. Now, if we leave this Kwama nest alone and it expands enough and is happy enough, the eggs will become a very good regular food source for us. Right now, there aren't really enough of the eggs to really count on, but eventually, possibly. Another one? What the heck are you? Oh. We don't really want that wandering around eating metal, I don't think. And even if it's not going to be tasty, we're going to just go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, we've got enough heavy fur for one door, which we'll put for the prison. I think we're about ready to pick up camp and move. Hmm, 69%, nice. Okay. Since we're not going to particularly want to use those guns, we're going to go ahead and get rid of those guns. It's a bit expensive, but we are so low on medicine. We are going to go ahead and spend pretty much everything we've got on a little bit of medicine. I think we're completely out of the herbal medicine, so... We're going to try this. Going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. But we're going to try this. We're going to tell you to stick around the home. Okay. When you go deep into a mountain, temperatures kind of average out, but this is not deep enough into the mountain, so it is going to be cold as heck. Cold as balls. Okay. I'm not sure that that's necessarily good news that we had this wild pawn self-tame. Once again, it's going to be more food getting eaten. Oh, sky shards fell. How far away are they, though? Yeah, they're all... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, they're all like 2 days away. Oh. And it's already very cold for people to be traveling. We would end up with frostbite because no one's really got warm enough stuff. So, just not in the cards. We are going to copy bills. All right, everyone, we're moving. There we go. Everyone will be happier. They've got access to bathrooms. By impishly questioning his grandparents. That's one way to flirt. I mean, impishly... Is that like, are you sure your grandfather's really your grandfather? How do you know that your grandmother, you know, didn't get up to shenanigans? Is that the kind of impish questioning we're talking about? I'm going to go ahead and leave the butchering way over there until we do a little more digging out. Okay, that is not our official ideologies thing, so we're not going to worry about that. All right, now we have the very bare basics set up. And we can consider doing the expanding. Where did I get this arcane gem? Interesting. That's a pretty nice enchantment thing. Okay, what actually we are going to need to dig out here is not going to be our well, I guess it can be both inventory and our home for our pets. Because that way maybe well, no, I think it's just going to be our inventory, because we might need to do some heat for our actual pets. And we don't want to heat where we're storing our food and stuff. Okay, we're getting to where we're going to have to hunt these Frostave. Now, on the good side, our hunters are pretty skilled. So, with luck, we can do this without angry birds happening. Wasn't there a thing with it turning out that Angry Birds was like doing some kind of crypto mining or data mining or something? I used to play that game on one of my phones. I had thought that I had dug some graves somewhere, but I guess I hadn't. Because... oh no, we don't have a body just sitting out there. So yeah, I guess I did. Okay. I've been joined by Jester, who is walking across my keyboard, so if the game pauses or windows open up, it is because of a beautiful tortoise shell who has decided she needs a little bit of time with me. I don't tend to chase Jester away because Jester very rarely wants time with me. She's a bit of a standoff kitty. She's a very strong and independent woman. Okay. They're going to be mad because it's too hot in there is what they're going to be. Oh no. I can't make anybody happy. Whoops. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, yeah, that's our prisoner. Wow. Brain fart, brain fart. Okay, let's start recruiting you. Galatros, we are not going to try taming you. Bad things happen if a tame fails with the Galatros. And I don't think we have anyone with high enough skill anyway. Hey, the Qualma nest expanded again. I'm glad we are moving away from them. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna move our animal beds. For now, they're going to just share space with the prisoner. Because, like I said, I think some of them are going to want a little bit of heat in the winter. What are your comfortable temperatures? Well, I mean, you're good till -22 Fahrenheit, so you probably could just sit outside all winter, but we're not going to make you. Oh, we didn't have enough slate blocks? Oh, someone must have botched. Someone botched it and went through materials. Okay. Okay, I am being kind of floored over here by how affectionate my cat is being at the moment. She is just basically never as cuddly as she is currently being. Maybe she approves of my trying to do YouTube-y stuff? Maybe I don't talk enough usually? But she's being very, very cute. Oh no, that body is still laying out. Oh, the body's still laying out there because it's forbidden. Let's see here. We're gonna have. Here we go. Now, animals, you know, coming in means that filth is going to be tracked all over, but we will live with that. Oh, I'm going to make a little more recreation. That's something that is probably part of the problem that's going on here with people getting so angry. Just a little game of to go with the hoopstones. Now this little room, I am going to do an experiment in to see what can be grown in our grow boxes in the dark. I'm pretty sure a lot of modded plants will not grow in those grow boxes. So we're gonna find out which ones will, if any. And if none do, then like I said, oh, the meal, oh, no. We don't want the meals being carried all the way over there, goodness. That's bloody hindering awkward. That's where the meals will go. Okay. Are these guys... Nope, they are not staying manhunters. Okay. Hygiene. Work going to just build our little burn pit. Oh, wow. Oh, our dryads are giving us wood. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna have to be a little careful about how I dismantle our old base, because I do not want to cause a collapse onto the heads of the Kwama and make them angry. Beautiful girl. Okay. Cobblestone. We'll do a sandstone cobblestone wall. All of them will make that anima tree super unhappy still, but basically if the Kwama decide to destroy them, that's the Kwama's fault. They will act as extremely cheap pillars in the meantime. The cheapest of pillars. That's... Well, it's not a charity quest, so we don't need to take it. And we could possibly take on 8 archers, but I don't think I'm going to risk it right now. I'm going to play it pretty cautious because I've already bitten off a lot with the climate and stuff, which I guess doesn't make for extremely exciting RimWorld play-by-play action, but I did a little bit of YOLOing on my live stream. Oh God, I'm going to start laughing just thinking about it. Yeah, that live stream was fun. That first one. I kind of wish that I had settled maybe more like here, closer to the fishing. But I really just like how I can make this area kind of defensible pretty easy in terms of then having an actual pasture space if we get some herd animals that we can keep alive through the winter. Which I don't know how likely that ever is, but it's something to plan for. It's also the area where we can expand and have outbuildings and stuff that aren't in the mountain without having to move a lot of trees. which the ability to move trees instead of cut them down is amazing and wonderful, but it's also a pain in the ass to do in large amounts. Okay, everything should be safe enough to completely disassemble all the walls there. I think we're also ready to go ahead and fully move our stockpiles to here. This was a huge amount of space that we really didn't need. But the nice thing is, even if we're not fast about moving things, they are counted as indoors here. And not only are they indoors, they are very, very well refrigerated. So, yeah, I know you're a very unhappy person. And I'm going to make you unhappier by trying to convert you. Add bill, cremate corpse, details. Human-like corpses who are not colonists. Do forever. Also ash creature corpses. We do not want ash creature corpses to be butchered and eaten and all that kind of thing. Ash creatures are gross and scary. I don't want wild pawn eggs hatching in my base, so... There we go. Because unfortunately, unlike other animals, when these spores hatch, the critter that hatches is not tamed. So then you have to tame it or chase it out of your base in a very annoying process, or hunt it. So we're going to go ahead and just try and make it so that it's going to hatch outside and wander off like the wild critter it is. I didn't particularly want the one that did self-tame. I'm not butchering it at the moment because theoretically it's, you know, going to generate a little bit of fungus for us. I don't know that they really make enough fungus to be worth their upkeep in terms of how much they then eat. But we'll test it. We're not gonna immediately poo-poo it. I'm going to get a cheap boulder seat for our butcher. And we're going to go ahead and put a glowstone in there so that there's light without generating heat. Since we want our storage area to stay nice and cold. Let's see here. Production. Planter box. Let's see if we can only grow the nutrient fungus or if we can grow some of the custom cave plants that I have. So even just growing the nutrifungus will be handy because it's going to be a little bit of food for animals and in a pinch for our colonists, although they don't like fungus, and if they eat food with fungus in it, it will give them a debuff. So we don't actually want that to be a regular part of the diet. Let's go with instead. There we go. There we go. Pause before you grow tomatoes or potatoes in there because the potatoes are not going to do very well. Okay, yeah. It looks like none of the grow in the dark modded plants will grow in there. So it will just be some nutrifungus for our critters. But I mean, that's not really necessarily something to sneeze at. It could be worse. It's not going to be a heck of a lot, but I think we're in a situation and in a climate where the every little bit helps is a thing to live by. Oh, hey. Shaman merchant. I'm getting a lot of merchants for some reason. And it's kind of a shame because I have no money to spend and very few things to sell. We are pretty broke. I think what we'll do for our animals is this will be our stable for our critters that are not going to be pen animals. Right, you're a heavy sleeper, so you're not going to get up to do that. It's kind of too bad that we don't really have a place for this giant silky, because those are very handy animals to have. We also just don't have the money for it. No matter what we do, we are not going to have the money for. Well, Let's, do we want to risk it and see if we can keep them alive all winter? Let's give it a shot. I like these alpha animals critters. The silkies are extremely handy in that they can survive very, very cold weather. And yeah, they can survive very, very cold weather. And they basically you collect wool, well, a down or a wool or something off of them that can be used for clothing that colonists quite like. I guess it's very soft. But they are pen animals, which means I now have to actually make our trees even more unhappy by building a pen. Oops. That's what I wanted there. And there. Okay. Yeah, our Spriggan trees are probably never going to mature because of the short growing season here. And maybe a bit of a shame. The Spriggans would be very handy to have. But what you gonna do? We decided to settle here. I maybe didn't think it through as much as I should have, but we're here and we're going to make the best of it. And that means okay, yeah. We'll have to see if we can build some bedrooms and stuff next. Or at least a bedroom for our couples, so that they can be happier by sharing space. There we go. Well, I guess they appreciated that we bought the bird off them. Let's get those inside before they deteriorate. Actually, yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and make this work for even our pen animals, since now we have pen animals. And put a door that they can use on that. And this way we can heat it if we need to heat it. for any more delicate animals that we may wind up with. But we don't have to heat it yet because so far every animal we have, as far as I know, is going to be okay with extreme cold. Let me just double check this guy. Oh no, you're... We're just gonna go ahead and butcher our Agripon because he's not gonna be happy. And honestly, they're less useful than the silky. So if we're going to be feeding animals beyond our Colossus, we want it to be the silky and not necessarily that Agripon. Now, the nice thing about the Quama is because they do mine and dig, you know, it's another source of chunks if we need it for making rocks out of stone blocks. We're not doing great at converting the rhyme dolphin. Let's see. Wow. For having had 3,000 chickpeas and over 1,000 rice, things are already pretty dire in the food department here. We're going to have to stop building with bone. Which is okay because now we have unless something happens to our little dryads out here, we have a good supply of wood now. So we can start using that to build structures, and all of our bones can go towards making us more food by cracking them for the marrow. The other downside about this whole building area is it's pretty far away from the nearest steam geysers. We'll be able to make a primitive greenhouse once we research a few things around the steam geyser. And then, of course, later on, it will be very useful for electricity if we get that far down the tech trees. That Arctic coyote took on something that it shouldn't have, apparently. Okay, this is gonna work out. Oh, right, we were gonna do the recurves out of bone, but now we also can do them out of wood. So let me change that. We do have someone who's pretty good at art, don't we? 4 is not great at art, actually. But we'll have ways for 9-4 to practice their art, so, and skill that up. Oh, I need to make a pen marker. Yeah, that's right. The pen will only count as a pen once I make this marker. Ooh, hailstorm. Not good. Okay. Okay, we want raw fungus, and not that we have any at the moment, but we will eventually want hay and possibly cave moss to all go on this zone, because that's going to be our animal feed. Quest available, a vast construction. We are probably not going to take it. 10 by 11. Yeah, we just... Once we get actual stone cutting going, then yes, we can start taking those. I'm not going to go and build one of those out of wood. Since then, if we get a raid, all they have to do is set fire to it before we're before we're ready, and it'll burn pretty quickly. So, but I think that with everyone sleeping soundly and about to wake up for work, that is going to be the end of episode 2 for this series. We will be getting through the harsh winter, hopefully. Animals are gonna, not be on the map as much, so we're gonna definitely be wanting to do the hunting. At least now our dirty cooking area. Come on, guys, you're supposed to clean. At least now this area is refrigerated, and it will become actually frozen, hopefully, so that meat and things will last a little bit longer in there. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to reinstall our 2 food baskets in the fridge. And yeah, that will set us up, I think, nicely for the future. And thank you for joining me. Hopefully next time we'll actually get some research started in terms of somebody actually sitting at the bench and working. We'll try and get a bedroom for our couple and finish the barn. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to y'all later.